All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Jorge Fernandez with KETIV Technologies. And for those of you that know me, I'm looking at the attended list here, and I see that some of you I already know from either AutoCAD trainings, inventor trainings, or even data management implementations. But I want to welcome everybody here to today's AVA, our weekly learning program for Autodesk users worldwide. We have different people joining us from different continents to learn about today's topics and others, of course. So for maybe some of you, hola, or maybe guten morgen. Well, actually, it's probably afternoon. So, anyways, we'll move on from here. So, as many of you know, looking at social media or maybe through your emails from Autodesk, Autodesk has put out a lot of the new software already, right? So today's is AutoCAD 2018, actually, that we'll be discussing with Marcus O'Brien, who's here on the call with us, and we gladly get to see him here as well. Marcus O'Brien is the Senior Product Line Manager at Autodesk for AutoCAD. So I'm sure he looks a lot at the idea stations, for example, looking for ideas of things that people want to see in the program as we move forward. So he has experience in putting strategies together to make sure we get the latest and greatest. So thank you, Marcus, for being here with us.
Thank you.
But before we get started really quick, at the end, well, don't forget we always do the Q&A session, so we will have that at the very end. But throughout the entire presentation, feel free to type in your questions and I'll take a look at them if there's anything that should be addressed sooner. And also stick with us to the end where we'll let you know a little bit more about how you can learn AutoCAD 2018, so that we can work together to make sure you're up to date, your entire team, that is, of course. So again, don't forget about the question and answer at the end, and we'll stick around to give you some more information. And without further ado, I'd like to pass it over to Marcus, who's going to go over what's new in AutoCAD 2018. Thanks, Marcus.
Great. So as Jorge said, my name is Marcus O'Brien, and I'm the Senior Product Line Manager here at AutoCAD. What that means is I manage a team of product managers. So together we decide what features we should add to AutoCAD every year. So we've been working hard to try and make AutoCAD 2018 the best release that it can be. And I'd like to go through some of those features that we've included today. Okay, so this presentation, I'm going to go through some of the key features and some of the value that we're trying to provide to customers in this release. So first of all, what's new in AutoCAD? First thing I need to do is just go through a safe harbor statement. This is just our standard legalese. When I talk to our legal department about this presentation, it's important that I emphasize that the things that I go through in this presentation, while these talk about the 2018 release, if we talk about any future state things or things that might be coming down the line, I can't guarantee that these would be included, and you should not base your buying decisions on future releases based on this presentation. Before we talk about 2018 specifically, I want to talk about 35 years of continuous innovation. So AutoCAD has been around since 1982, which is when we first released. And over time, it's evolved. So we've been listening to our customers throughout that time to try and make sure that that AutoCAD fits the needs or the pain points that you experience in your day-to-day jobs. So in 1988, we first introduced 3D capabilities. In 1992, AutoCAD for Mac came out. In 2010, we introduced AutoCAD, our mobile application. And then in 2017, we changed to being a subscription-based business model, which really made, it changed the way that we deliver value to customers and the way that we deliver features as well. And I'll talk about that a little bit in this presentation. And of course, moving up to today, Autodesk AutoCAD 2018. So some of the key things are create stunning designs and improve collaboration with innovative productivity tools, produce drawings to the cloud or publish drawings to the cloud, and collaborate using design views on the AutoCAD mobile app, and manage all of your software updates with the Autodesk desktop app. But I just want to say, so AutoCAD is everywhere. Depending on what version you need, which platform you're running, what devices you have, we have a solution for you. So on the left-hand side, you can see AutoCAD for Mac. In fact, that's a slightly outdated image of AutoCAD for Mac's user interface, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a while. On the right-hand side at the back, we've got our classic AutoCAD Windows, AutoCAD 2018. In the center, we've got our AutoCAD Web, where we've got solid viewing capabilities for DWG files. And then we've got AutoCAD Mobile running on iOS or Android. And so AutoCAD today really is everywhere. So what's new in AutoCAD? Well, the first thing that's new in AutoCAD is a subscription value. So I want to talk about how this has changed for how we deliver updates. So I want to go back and look at last year as an example. AutoCAD 2017 shipped last year in March of 2016. But something different happened last year. So an AutoCAD 2017.1 update was sent in October of 2016. So what's different about that? We've always sent out service packs and bug fixes and hot fixes. What was different about this update was it was a feature update. It was the first time that we added new features to the product. We always do, so we've got what we call our major release, which is AutoCAD 2017, our minor release, which is 2017.1, but we continue to have our service packs and updates as well, which are the .1.1 updates. So we shipped lots of value last year, and I'll pull out some specific examples of this as I go on. One of the things though that we heard from our customers, or specifically from our CAD managers, was, you know, you're providing all this value, you're adding all these features, but that creates a problem for me because I have to, all my CAD technicians and draftsmen need to be able to understand these new features, and I have to put them on training courses, and they need to be able to consume this content. So we did a lot of research about this, and what we actually found was the solution to this problem is adding orange dots. And as simple as that might sound, every time that we add a new feature to the ribbon, like in this picture you can see here, PDF import, we add a little orange dot next to that. And what that means is that when we add new features to the ribbon, as you download and install them as part of the updates, you can click those as and when you're ready to learn about those features and consume them at your own pace. So you can click into it and you can go into online learning, you can go on online videos, or you can just try the features at your own pace, but you're aware that these are new features based on the orange dots. And from all the research we did, we found that this actually reduces the cognitive load involved. So instead of CAD managers having to provide training every year or every 2 years to make sure their team is up to speed on all the latest features in AutoCAD, it's much easier to consume these updates so that you can stay up to speed easier with less cognitive load. So one of the first things I want to talk about as a new feature in AutoCAD 2018 is enhancements to PDF import. So PDF import is something that we've been working on since AutoCAD 2017. It's a very valuable feature for our customers, particularly those in the construction industry. The PDF file is is prevalent within the industry. It's almost as prevalent, as I imagine, as the DWG file. And what we often get is customers in the past would get an as-built drawing or a PDF file, and they'd have to either import as a rastered image or redraw it before they could do their own work on it. So we were continuously hearing from customers, please add PDF import to AutoCAD. So in AutoCAD 2017, we added this feature. However, because we were part of this new business model, this new continuous delivery of value, we were able to listen very carefully to our customers about which features were missing from PDF import. And the thing that we heard the most was, we want to be able to recognize SHIX fonts or SHX type fonts. So what we did in our update in AutoCAD 2017.1 was we added the ability to be able to recognize SHIX fonts and convert them to end text within AutoCAD. In AutoCAD 2018, we've taken that even a step further. So we listened to our customers again and we said, where are we missing in PDF import? What are the things that we need to fix to be able to help you most in your workflow? And what they wanted was the ability to be able to control which types of SHIX fonts that they could recognize against. Maybe they have their own library of SHIX fonts. So basically what the video I was going to show you was how this feature works. So it was essentially in AutoCAD 2017 showing you the PDF import feature and how it evolved over time. So I have a PDF import file, and importing that, there's a number of SHIX type fonts in it that aren't recognized. They're recognized as lines, circles, and arcs within the drawing. So I show the new feature we added in 2017.1, where you could select that text and convert it to M text. The thing that I show at the very end is the new part of the feature for 2018 is where we have what we call our best matching font. This is the dialog box, which is on the screen right now that you can see, where you can add or remove SHIX fonts that you have in your own library. For example, you might want to be able to compare it against Roman C, which is something that's important to you. What AutoCAD will do is go down through this list in prioritized order and find the best match for that font. You type your font here in the font preview window. AutoCAD will do the search through it and find which is the best match and replace that 6 type font with M-Text. 3D navigation performance. So this is something that we hear all the time. It looks like it's working for this video. On the left-hand side, you can see 2017 was kind of jerky, whereas on the right-hand side, it's a much smoother viewing experience. One of the other things that we've worked on for 2018, this is something that we possibly consider to be a bug fix here within AutoCAD. But in the past, if you were to select objects, so if you zoomed in and started a selection window and then pan to the right-hand side and continue to select and continue to pan and continue to select, the things that were off screen would be deselected. You wouldn't be able to select them in future. And this is something that we heard all the time. It was on our Augie wish list in terms of, can we fix this? This would really help our workflow. So if you think of customers who do this, hundreds of times a day, what we did in 2018 release was we were able to finally fix this bug. It was actually, while it seems something very simple, it was something that was very complicated for us on the inside. So we fixed this bug. So now if you select and you zoom in and you pan and pan and pan, your previous selections are still saved. I've got a little video on this which doesn't need audio voiceover, so I'll play it now. If my voice still works, I'll keep talking. It looks like it's working. So here we have a selection, and we're panning as we go. Now, when we zoom back out, you can see that all of the entities that we'd previously selected are still there. Additionally, we continue to work on complex line types. So in the past, in AutoCAD 2017, if you selected between the gap for a custom object line type like this gas line, you wouldn't be able to select it. But in AutoCAD 2018, we've added that functionality, and here you can see you could even auto snap to the gap in that line type. Again, 2 things that we hear from customers all the time in terms of hitting the things that they want us to fix the most. Something else that we've been working on, so 4K enhancements. We're really trying to future-proof AutoCAD so that it provides the best possible viewing experience for people who are using 4K monitors. So while we would say the majority of our customers are not using these yet, we're seeing increasing usage of these high-definition 4K monitors. So what I want to show now in this video is that I want to compare our 2017, if you connected AutoCAD 2017 to a high-definition 4K display, what you might view as opposed to what you would see now in the AutoCAD 2018 after all the enhancements and work we've done on it. So here we have 2017 connected. You can see that the Start tab things are disproportionately sized. Over on the right-hand side, you can see the view cube is tiny, but the command line is quite large. If we open, you can see our tools on the left in the toolbar are almost unreadable. And if we open a properties palette, some of the fonts are large and some are quite small. Here we have 2018, and you can see the view cube is appropriately sized and the command line is the size that it should be also. And if we open properties, you can see that our text works properly as well. So I know that was a little bit quick for people who are viewing this over the internet, but this last screenshot is basically a good summary of how AutoCAD works with a 4K display now for our customers. So we're 4K ready as of the AutoCAD 2018 release. One other thing that we hear a lot was about external file references. So everybody knows how frustrating it can be to open a drawing and XREF not found. That's something that that I personally have experienced in my career, and I heard a lot from customers. So what we set this year was that we set the ability to be able to change XREF from absolute paths to relative paths. So what that means is that if you were to move your XREF from one place to another, or it tracks the path that the XREF is associated with. It's also got a help dialog box to help you resolve any broken paths that happen to make that experience less frustrating. Share design views. So this is the customer pain point where people want to be able to share their designs with people who don't have AutoCAD, and it's for our customers who have customers of their own. So basically, supposing you're working on a drawing and you want to be able to share this with your customer to get feedback on it, but they don't have AutoCAD. What we added in AutoCAD 2017 was this Share Design View button. And what we've done in 2018 is to continue to enhance this experience. And I'll talk you through it in this video now. So you click the Share Design View button, which was from 2017, and you get the option to be able to publish to display in browser or notify me when it's complete. So one of the great things about this feature is that once you've decided what you want to do, you can continue to work on your drawings. You can make changes. It doesn't stop you in your workflow. But when you get a notification to say that your design view is ready for viewing, you'll see in the bottom right-hand side, design view available for viewing. You launch your browser. And in here, you can see that your design view is ready to share. So here you can see select your different sheets on the left-hand side. This is the sheet we want to talk about. And we can get a link for this. So in your get link, you can copy that link. You can also go to your recent uploads, and this is some of the new things we've added. So you can extend how long this link stays live by a further 30 days by just clicking the extend button. By default, these links only last 30 days, after which time they're deleted, unless you extend it. Now you can also add comments. So your customers, when they get these views, can add comments to that so that you can make the changes that they want you to make, all while they don't have AutoCAD. So it's really extending your AutoCAD workflow. And finally, part of AutoCAD 2018, we've updated the DWG file format. We haven't done this since AutoCAD 2013, and we do it as infrequently as we can because we don't want it to be disruptive for our customers. So the reason that we've done it this time is that it improves open and save operations, the efficiency of that. It's also got our latest 3D solid surface creation, our ASM modeler, we call it internally, and it's got improved security and stability. We've future-proofed this file format as much as we can in terms of the features that we're going to add to make sure that this file format stays for a while. Now I want to move on and talk a little bit about what's new in AutoCAD for Mac 2017. So the dates on the AutoCAD for Mac and the AutoCAD Windows, they're slightly off, but our latest version of AutoCAD for Mac is AutoCAD for Mac 2017. So I talked about this at the start. So AutoCAD for Mac, this was the user interface that was in that AutoCAD is everywhere screenshot. Last year, when we were deciding what were the best features and what did our customers want most, we held a number of customer interviews, some really big workshops. We invited customers here. And the thing that we heard over and over again was that people wanted us to work on the user interface. And what's interesting about AutoCAD for Mac is that Mac customers, they don't want Windows, the AutoCAD Windows experience on a Mac. They want the core AutoCAD DNA, but they want it to be Mac-centric. So these are people who are used to using Apple Macintosh, and they want to be able to use this program in an Apple Macintosh way. So what we did was we did a lot of research, and we invested a lot in it. And we upgraded the UI, and it went from being like this to like this. So this is some of the reasons that things are so drastically different from our Windows version are that when we did our research, we found that our Mac customers typically use laptops. So they don't tend to use screens. People who use screens in association with it would be in the minority. They often take their laptops with them to site. They take them to client meetings. So therefore, having screen space or viewable space is at a premium for them. So they wanted to have their tool sets on the left-hand side, which is why we've put all of these tool palettes on the left. Additionally, we've taken advantage of some of the things that are native to OS Sierra, where we can have multiple screens. So we've allowed for multiple instances of AutoCAD to be opened on the screen, so you can run two different instances of AutoCAD on the same laptop screen. The industry really liked this. We've had a lot of positive feedback. Industry-leading CAD package from engineering.com, and the ultimate Mac native AutoCAD release from Architosh. Finally, AutoCAD Mobile and AutoCAD Web. So one thing that a lot of our customers on subscription don't know is that you actually get AutoCAD Mobile included with your subscription. So AutoCAD Mobile has been around since, I said, since 2010, but in more recent years, it's really become more and more robust. And in terms of file opening times, file fidelity, it's getting better and better as time goes on. And this really is the time for people to try AutoCAD Mobile. Now, if you've not tried this in the past, I would suggest downloading it onto your mobile phone. Try the free version. If you're already a subscriber, you're entitled to it already, and try it and see how does it fit in with your own workflow. And finally, this is just a small snap to the future. AutoCAD Web. About 2 weeks ago, we released a beta version of AutoCAD Web. This is something that we're working on at the moment and we're investing in. And I would say watch this space in the coming releases in terms of the value that we provide for AutoCAD Web as well. Okay, I think that's the end of my presentation. Yes, it is. So from there, I'll take any questions. I'll close down the presentation, and I'll turn my video camera back on.
All right, thanks, Marcus. Yeah, so there are a few questions that came through. Well, we'll let people populate that a little bit more with some questions. One question we get often, and I see a person asking here, is how they can learn more on this. So Autodesk does have videos, of course, that they put out there, like the ones that Marcus says he's going to share with us. Those will be up online. AutoCAD always has that screen up in front also to allow you to do that. And we also put on trainings for it as well. We actually have our own course catalog where we have tailored training where we can teach your team, whether they're coming from 2014, 2016, or heck, even R14 or something like that. Let us know. We can be flexible with that as well, by the way, where we can range from a half-day training to more if necessary. But do let us know, and we can help you with that as well. So I definitely do see some questions coming through. I took the liberty of answering just a few of them. One of them was, and this is more of a comment for you, Marcus, for a future feature, they'd like to be able to make a block and have an option for a fill color or background mask. The wipeout has some issues there. So I responded to that with Idea Station. Is that something you want to mention, the Idea Station from Autodesk?
So the Idea Station is actually something that in AutoCAD, we actually haven't got it live yet. So we do have an Idea Station at Autodesk for the large majority of our products, where if you have feature ideas, things you want us to work on, you can post them on Idea Station. Our product managers do look at them. They almost directly into our backlog, where we rate them against other features. So it's a good way of getting things into the product if you want us to work on them. That said, AutoCAD hasn't launched we haven't launched our Idea Station just yet. So watch this space in terms of Idea Station. We still have, though, the feedback alias, which comes directly to the product managers. We have the forum, the online forum. So there's numerous ways that you can get your features to it, your feature ideas to us.
Great, awesome. There was a comment here from somebody, from Paul, also about a lot of updates with the cloud stuff. There was definitely some updates there, right, with like the mobile app and the design share and so forth. But I think a lot of these, like the selection mode, the PDF enhancements, those are things that you don't have to utilize the cloud for. I would comment on that. Right.
So we've got a real mix of features. I would say that the AutoCAD 20, like, I have not gone through all of the features exhaustively here. The lowest level feature I went through was the off-screen select, and the reason I mention it is because when we previewed it to customers, it got 100% positive feedback from people. So 100% of people said this will be useful in my workflow, and these are the small, low-level things that we're fixing. We hear all the time, work on performance, make my workflow easier, and these are the small, low-level things that are not necessarily big things you want to market, but things that make your AutoCAD work better for you every single day. So this release has got performance enhancements in terms of 3D. It's got these low-level fixes, which we might call internally bug fixes, but are things that work for customers. It's got some cloud-connected things in terms of enhancing shared design view, as well as working on big features. So that PDF import, that's super valuable to our customers, making sure that really works for them.
Awesome. All right. There's another one here. On design view, they love the idea. They're actually asking if the idea, but it needs the option. Does it have the option to have people place notes on the drawing? I didn't see that there. Is that something you can comment on, Marcus?
I would say that's something that we hear frequently. So commenting on the drawing is something that you can do right now. But as you said, there's no location, there's no geo associated with that. So that's something that we're hearing from customers. It's definitely in our backlog. We're assessing where it falls in terms of, we get lots of feedback. So, but it is something that's on our radar, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see here. Someone's asking, is Windows and Mac versions available with the same subscription?
With the same subscription?
Yeah, I'm assuming, Brian, that means that you're asking, like, if you purchase the Windows PC version, if that will also give you the Mac version.
If you buy a subscription, you can have Windows or Mac. So you can convert your Windows version to a Mac version through licensing if you want to, if that's the question.
Yeah. Okay. And then Mo was asking, is the new DWG file format backwards compatible with DWG 2013? So I'm assuming that means, can I save it back to that version? I assume that answer is yes?
So yes, one of the things that we do that not many other people do is that when you select your save as version, you can select the whole way back to I want to say, I think it's 2000, possibly even R14, but you can, yes, we're back compatible. You can save to R13 or any previous version of the DWG file. So if you're working on a design just because you've got AutoCAD 2018, maybe you want to save your drawings to 2018 to take advantages of the open and safe performances and the new latest 3D solid modeling. But if you want to save it back for someone who's still running an older version, absolutely you can do that.
Great. All right. Someone else is asking about parallels. So they're running Inventor on Windows on Mac with parallels. It would be nice to have the Mac version of AutoCAD instead. I think that's more of a comment. So yes, you can have the Mac version of AutoCAD on that, so you don't have to run that as a parallel necessarily.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's a choice thing. I think there are some Mac users who prefer using AutoCAD Windows. That's the one that they learned on, and they they're used to the Windows version. As I said, the interface for AutoCAD Windows and AutoCAD for Mac are different. So we specifically designed AutoCAD for Mac for people who are used to using Mac and don't like the way Windows works, don't like the way the programs on Windows work. So it's really a choice thing. We've got that option available for people. Use parallels if you want to use the Windows version. If you like the way it works on Mac, use AutoCAD for Mac.
Okay. Now, someone else here is asking, how secure is the web-based sharing? We work on some highly secure information.
It's as secure as any other cloud storage system. So basically, when you do your share design view, the DWG file right now gets uploaded to our cloud storage system. That DWG file is not accessible by the person you share it with. All they get is a link to the viewable. So they can never pull that DWG file down if you're worried about them getting the actual IP of your DWG file. I would say that it's safer than your own storage, your own LAN, your own area network that you have in your company. Cloud storage is far safer.
And therefore, they're asking if, and so can they delete the share immediately if they don't want it hanging around? I assume that's a yes too, right? So
with the share will last 30 days, and anyone who has that link can use that link to view that share for 30 days. That's the way it is at the moment. I can look in terms of if that's something that we hear a lot of, that they would like to be able to delete that link immediately, I would talk to our A360 viewer team and see where that's on their backlog. But right now, if you share the link, it lasts for 30 days unless you extend it, and anyone who has that link can view that file. But as I said, it's not the DWG file. They can't download the DWG file. It's purely view it.
Okay. Let's see. Someone else is asking about backwards compatibility. So just in case, I wanted to bring that up again. Yes, there's a new file format, right? But you can save back to different DWG versions as well.
So you can save it to previous DWG versions, absolutely.
Right. But maybe something to address too, Marcus, as I think about it is, what if they use new features from AutoCAD 2018? What happens to some of that stuff?
So if you do use some of the three, like you won't get particularly with the 3D solid modeler, anything that we've changed in that will not be saved down to the 2013 version. In addition, if you're running something that runs really quickly, it saves quickly, it opens quickly in 2018, you've no idea how quickly that will open in 2017 or 2013 version of the file format, right? But we've done the best we can in terms of the majority of other software programs don't do back compatibility. We are doing it. We're recommending people stay up to date on the most recent DWG file format to get the best experience, but it's there if you need it.
Okay. And all these features, do they propagate to the different verticals? Let's say you have AutoCAD architecture. I'm seeing a question here where they can't find the some of the PDF options. Can we assume that they're all in the different verticals of AutoCAD as well?
So all of the new features that we do, where possible, we push them out to all the verticals as well. So one of the criteria, one of the key things we look at as product managers is how many products can we do this feature within, or how many people can we benefit it with it? Because we're constantly trying to benefit the most people with the features, obviously. So yes, I would say in general, yes, the verticals get all the features that we add to AutoCAD platform, with some exceptions.
Okay. Anything that you can tell us, Marcus, in the works, specifically they're asking enhancements or fixes for the AutoCAD tables, maybe some enhancements in the data link reliability, for example. That's something that they use quite often. I have that question coming from Mo.
Okay, I would like to know more about it. So maybe you could connect me so that we could talk through it.
Absolutely. Okay, Mo, I'll make sure to connect you with Marcus. All right. I don't see any new questions. Let me see if I missed one, perhaps. Okay, I believe I got them all. If I missed any, I apologize. We'll make sure to follow up with anybody here if that was the case. I know some of you I responded privately, and I'll be getting to you as soon as possible after this webinar also. And those, Mo, I know I said I'll connect you with Marcus, so we'll definitely make sure we do that to see what ideas you had for that. So, I leave you with the last thing of, again, if you would like assistance with trying to get your team up to date on the latest on AutoCAD 2018, regardless of what version you're coming from, let us know. We can definitely help you with that, or at least point you in the right direction, right? There's a lot of videos that Autodesk has put out there, and we'll be supplying this. And this session of AVA has been recorded, and we'll be uploading this here as soon as possible. Make sure to stay, up to date by looking at the emails we send out for AVA. For example, since we're talking about AutoCAD, very soon in the next few weeks, we'll have one on AutoCAD blocks and dynamic blocks too, by the way. And that's something a lot of people like to use or want to explore a little bit more and know what they have. So thank you, Marcus, for joining us. Really appreciate it. And look forward to having you all soon.
Great.
All right.
Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.
Bye.